Read your EDL+A/L page like a detective and surface the leaks that matter. You've done the hard work of making your last 30 days legible. Every line on your page now carries two truths: where it sits in E, D, or L, and whether it behaves like an asset or a liability in your real life. This module is where we stop staring at ink and start seeing patterns. Silent wealth killers aren't dramatic splurges, they're the quiet defaults that steal rupees, hours, and headspace every single month while pretending to be harmless. We're going to spot them quickly, name them plainly, and set them up for elimination or redesign when we build your 30-day plan. Begin by softening your gaze and scanning the entire page, not one transaction at a time. You are looking for clusters of L's and for any D or L items that clearly contradict your top 3 values or the scenes you wrote on your 5-year canvas. When a line reads discretionary liability or luxurious liability and you can't connect it to freedom, family, security, growth, simplicity, whatever you chose, it's not just a spend, it's friction. You'll also notice a second category: items that may be essential but are behaving like liabilities because of waste or bloat. Groceries that end up in the bin, an inflated data plan nobody uses, an overly expensive must-have that buys status and sells sleep. These masquerade as non-negotiables while quietly compressing your month. Now look for shapes, not just names. One shape is the subscription sprawl, a handful of small monthly charges that add up to a proper number while delivering very little. Another is the delivery drift, weekday fatigue turning convenience into default and default into debt. A third is the upgrade loop, where a perfectly fine device becomes old because an advert told you so, and an Emmy becomes a ritual. There's also the interest tail, credit card revolves and BNPL lines that buy time you could have created with a single design change. And finally, the fixed cost creep, commitments that raise your monthly flow and lower your freedom without returning meaning or capability. If one of those shapes is all over your page, you've found a killer. Here's a quick way to prioritize without doing math gymnastics. Put your finger on the 3 to 5 lines that are either the largest single L's or the smallest individual L's that repeat so often they must behave like a big one. You know them when you see them. It might be a premium plan you don't use, a weekly, just this once, purchase that appears 8 times, a card interest line that makes you wince, or a brand new Emmy you justified with a story your values don't support. Circle those 3 to 5 lines now. If you are torn between a few candidates, choose the ones that will free up both cash and mental space. We want leverage, one decision that cleans many days. As you circle, notice where your values feel insulted. If freedom is in your top 3 and your fixed costs are heavy with subscriptions and EMIs, that weight is why your stress score refuses to drop. If family is central and your EDL shows nightly delivery replacing simple batch cooking or phones replacing presents, that's a misalignment disguised as convenience. If security matters and interest charges appear, that's a non-negotiable leak. If growth is a value and your learning lives as unopened courses, that's not an investment, it's a halo over a hole. This isn't about shame. It's about removing contradictions so your money can finally move in one direction. Now add a second mark, just a tiny dot, next to any line that is technically discretionary but often flips to essential depending on context. These are swing spends. A cab late at night for safety is a swing spend. Eating out on a planned family evening is a swing spend. The dot doesn't protect them or condemn them, it reminds you to insert a rule later so they occur for reasons you endorse, not because you were tired. Rules tame swing spends, cuts kill pure liabilities. Knowing the difference will save you from overcorrecting and then snapping back. If you're doing this with a partner, compare circled items and listen for the story under the spend. We keep fighting about money, arguments are actually two values colliding in the dark. Put the canvas back on the table and ask one question: does the spend defend or violate the life we said we want? Agreement on that answer dissolves most stalemates. You do not need to agree on everything, you need to agree on the killers. Turn to the workbook prompt and write the sentence exactly as it is. These 3 to 5 spends are hurting my future because blank, fill the blank for each circled line in your own words. You might write, because they raise my monthly flow and steal freedom, or because they give me 10 minutes of mood and cost me 2 hours of life, or because they contradict my security value and keep my stress score high, or because they push my 5-year vision further away while pretending to be small. Don't write what you think sounds wise. Write what you will believe at 10 p.m. when your finger hovers over "Buy now." These sentences are your anti-adverts. If you feel defensive about a circled line, that's data too. Ask 2 questions. First, if I paused or redesigned this for 30 days, would my life break or would my brain simply complain? Second, if I rerouted the same rupees to my emergency fund or top priority debt, would my stress score drop faster than this spend lifts my mood? If the honest answers are, life will be fine, and yes, it would, you found a killer. You won't need willpower to remove it, you'll need a clear instruction and a replacement habit, which we'll design in 2.9. A quick story to anchor this. A client's page showed respectable essentials and even a few strong asset-ish spends, but their discretionary liability cluster was textbook: 3 underused OTTs, premium data on 2 SIMs, weekday delivery creep, and a revolving card balance. We circled those 4, wrote why each hurt their future, and then made tiny design changes: 1 family OTT, data downgraded, a no weekday delivery rule with weekend batch cook, and a 2-month avalanche push on the card. Net effect was 5,200 rupees a month freed, 2 calmer evenings, and a stress score that dropped from 7 to 4 in 3 weeks. Nothing heroic. Just truth plus design. Before we close, add 1 more sentence to your page that begins, "If I eliminated just one of these, the first thing I'd feel is," and name the feeling: lighter, in control, proud, calmer. That's important. We're not chasing austerity, we're chasing a nervous system that trusts your process. When your emotions get a win early, your brain stops sabotaging the plan. Keep this page visible for the next module. We're about to translate rupees into life hours using a simple earnings per hour so the cost of each circled line becomes undeniable in the moment. After that we'll add impact duration, so a shooting star, spend, and a tree root, spend stop looking the same. You've already done the heavy lifting, you told the truth. Now we'll make the truth feel real enough that changing it becomes the easy part.